Hello. I just wrote a post. I had written a post about HTTP verbs and the patch method and how it is different from put method and on LinkedIn about a month ago. But today I decided to implement it actually in Node.js and in Nest.js. So to give you a rough idea about what's the topic, it's about the fact that patch method is have been created and added to HTTP specification because we wanted to modify a resource in our backend in our server partially, and we didn't want to replace the whole resource, the whole thing. And for that reason, we came up with the idea of adding the patch method as patch HTTP verb, but and the put is for replacing the whole thing or creating a new resource. So that's a difference, and you can read about it more in this slides that I have added here, and I put the links in the description so that you can find it. And here is the specification for HTTP method for a patch HTTP method, and you can read it. It has quite a lot of interesting informations, and you will learn a lot of things from it. So I highly recommend you to read it. And here you can also see the difference between patch and post. And also you need to know that patch is neither safe nor idempotent. Idempotency means that you can send the same request several times without fear of corruption or being or changing the data in a way that it's not predictable. And you can say that okay, when an endpoint is idempotent, you can retry it. For example, if your requests have been if your request failed for any reason, you can send the same request again, and without caring, without having to communicate to the server that okay, resending it, or can I resend it, and things like that. So that's idempotency, and patch can be idempotent, but in general, it's not idempotent and it's not safe either. It's also another endpoint, another HTTP verb, which is not idempotent, is post, because we know that when you make a post request, it means that it has some side effects. So back to the main topic, you wanted to send a patch, an HTTP request with patch verb, and for that reason, you have two options. The first option, the first format that you can send the data to your backend is JSON or JavaScript Object Notation patch, which I'll just go to the examples and show it to you. It can be an array, and you can see the content type here is a JSON patch, JSON dash patch plus JSON, and your request body should look something like this, and each object is an operation that you and your backend has to go from top to the bottom, and for do the operations in order. So that's the whole idea behind it. And operations, these are keywords: test, remove, add, replace, move, and copy are the available keywords for operations. And the path is which path in the document you want, in the resource you want to change it, and you want to change it to what. Or in case of removing, you can just say specify the path and say that okay, remove this path for me. This is one way of sending a patch request to your backend application. The other method that I really like and I found it quite easy to implement is the JSON merge patch. You can read the specification and how it is, what is it exactly, but in general, it's sending key values, and each key represents a field or a column in your database, and then it will just replace the value with the value that you are providing here. Uh, it's about null. You can send the null values, which has a specific meaning in this specification. It says that okay, you should remove this field altogether from that, and that's one thing. And the other thing is that content type should be like this: application slash merge dash patch plus JSON. That should be your content type. So I'll switch to my Nest.js application. As you can see, it's a microservice application, but that doesn't really mean anything here. The part that we are really interested in is here, this line of code, because we are sending, like I said, we are sending a different content type, and by default, uh, body parser, if I can find it, body parser, uh, GitHub. Yes, this is the one that we are looking. Actually, if I go down, yep. Here you can see that they are saying that you can specify the content type when body parser should parse a body to JSON, and how it is going to do that. So application slash JSON slash JSON is the default value for this for type. That's the reason that why when you don't specify it, even it's going to parse your request body. Otherwise, it's not going to do that. And I also tried some other methods to do that, but they didn't work. So I came up with the idea that the best way for me to do that is to say, okay, all the application when type is application slash JSON, or whatever plus JSON, just parse the request body to a JSON. That's the first part that we need to do in order to configure our Nest.js application to uh, parse request body. Otherwise, your request body will be empty. Uh, you can use the same line of code in your Express.js application. It's not going to be too much different. And in your controller, here I have a put request. As you can see, I like to call it replace because it's going to replace the whole thing. And for patch, as you can see here, I have a get header, which is a custom decorator that I have created. It is nothing special. And I also didn't want to use it, so I named it as underscore, so that I communicated to the uh, that I don't need this variable also. Here I created the custom DTO, DTO that is a shared DTO, just because I wanted to reuse it everywhere that I needed. And you can see that I have a decorator just to validate user is sending the right content type for patch requests, and now you can have access to the request body, and just like that everything is working fine. And that's basically it. I will include a link. I will add the link to this repository so that you can go and look at it and learn more about this. If you had any question, just let me know.